Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Adam Wronski. I'm from Ripon College, and today I will be discussing nitrate contamination of groundwater in Green Lake County, Wisconsin. Drinking nitrate contaminated water is linked to several adverse health effects, including methemoglobinemia in infants, colorectal cancer, thyroid disease, and several other diseases in adults. Nitrate contamination is a problem across the United States, but often much more in agricultural areas. It's generally not a problem in municipal water due to the treatment that this receives. In Wisconsin, however, around 30% of all residents rely on self-supplied water. This is among the highest in the nation. Testing of these wells for nitrates is generally done by well owners. It should ideally be done yearly, but there's many limiting factors. One study from 2017 found that in individuals who don't test their well yearly, almost 20% didn't know that testing was even available in their area, and 17% say that it costs too much. Overall, only about 10% of US well owners do yearly testing. This case study focuses on Green Lake County in Wisconsin, which is primarily agricultural. This map on the left shows land use in Green Lake County. Most of the bright colors are different kinds of crops. Blue is water, light green is forest, and gray is developed land. The county health department has a testing program. However, residents have to request a test kit and then pay for it to be tested. There is some limited data available about nitrate contamination, and it indicates up to 75% contamination of wells in some towns. This project set out with the goal of using machine learning technology to create a predictive model of nitrate contamination of groundwater in Green Lake County. This predictive modeling would make it easier to target limited resources to high-risk areas. However, there is a complex web of stakeholders behind this issue, and we are only able to focus really on the public health aspect of this. To begin, we considered three main models and sources of data: UW-Rock County, UW-Stevens Point, and the EPA. This map on the left is from the Rock County model, where darker colors indicate a higher risk of predicted nitrate contamination. This model considers four variables, namely land cover, septic density, soil properties, and irrigation, and as a result has a very high resolution. Another local model is the UW-Stevens Point model, which is based entirely off of recorded nitrate data. For this reason, this map is only useful at the resolution of a township level. Another map is the EPA model shown right here. This is more focused, however, on surface waters, and as a result, it only is functional at the watershed level, which for the purpose of this project is not very useful, seeing as we're focused on only one county. Through analyzing the literature, I discovered more than 30 important variables to consider that impact nitrate pollution of groundwater. This is simply a limited selection shown on this slide. However, this limited selection illustrates some of the many difficulties faced when trying to make a predictive model. There are differing resolutions of data, differing years of capture, and oftentimes a simple lack of data or available data. As a result of some of these difficulties, this predictive map is still a work in progress. Even with the assistance of computing technology, it's very hard to compile all the relevant data at a relevant resolution, date of collection, etc. So it's further complicated by the fact that there are many stakeholders that all play a part in this issue, and it's very difficult to collaborate with all of them at the same time, especially during a pandemic. Some positives from this project are that I conducted an impactful review of factors that influence nitrate pollution at the scale of Green Lake County, and it will be important in future studies to think more about annual changes in these nitrate levels and the potential impacts of climate change. Overall, this work was positive in that it demonstrated the helpful role higher ed institutions can play in their community. This research, like I mentioned, was limited by the research period of a semester and academic year, as well as the lack of localized knowledge that often arises at higher ed institutions. There were, of course, further limitations due to COVID-19. Continuing this project is also challenged by the longevity of the Sustainability Office, a problem that many institutions face when undertaking this type of research. In the future, however, I plan to work with more community stakeholders to develop a better and more functional model and to extend this type of work to surface water pollution, as well as considering the potential impacts of climate change on nitrate pollution. Huge thanks to Dr. Alice Reznikova for her guidance, inspiration, and support throughout this project, and to the Green Lake County Public Health Department for their insight and data. I look forward to taking your questions on this topic, and thank you so much for attending.